Coming up tonight on YCN News, updates on the Windsor High School bomb threat from yesterday. The Goshen-Leominster School District will separate, and the latest results from the New England College poll on the economy. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Tuesday edition of YCN News. I'm Erin McClory. It wasn't the easiest start to the school week yesterday in Windsor. Students were evacuated from Windsor High School after a teacher noticed a threatening message written on the wall of a boys' bathroom, reports the Eagle Times. Principal Bridget Fayrill decided that everyone in the school should evacuate the building. School officials waited as police searched the building. 11:49 a.m. came and went, the time an explosion at the school was predicted to happen per the message. Today, Windsor Police Chief Bill Sampson tells YCN News that the message has been scrubbed off the wall. A police detective assigned to the case will report his findings to Sampson later. School Principal Fayrill and School Superintendent David Baker could not be reached today for comment. In other regional school news, budget study is beginning, and with that, some districts hope that tuition from out of district will boost revenue. Parents from Goshen need to find new elementary school for their children for the 2015-2016 school year, the Eagle Times reports. After a lengthy process, a Sullivan County Superior Court judge gave permission for the Goshen-Leominster Cooperative District to break apart. So far, Goshen parents are not eyeing Newport's elementary school as the place to send their children. Even though the district opted to break apart, Leominster remains the choice over Newport, Sunapee, or Unity. A 27-year-old man who suffered wounds to his torso after his father-in-law shot him with birdshot for allegedly beating up a family member is facing new court charges. Jay Handy is now accused by police of impeding a police officer's investigation of a convenience store robbery, reports the Valley News. No charges have yet been brought by Newport police against Handy for allegedly assaulting his then-pregnant wife. The woman is the stepdaughter of Handy's father-in-law, Brian Valley. Nor have charges been brought against Valley for allegedly spraying birdshot ammunition into Handy's midsection in August. 2 weeks before the shooting on the Laurel Street porch of the Valley's home, Handy allegedly was involved in a scuffle with Hartford, Vermont police. Hartford police accused Handy of tipping off a convenience store robbery suspect that police were looking for the alleged robber. Last Friday, Handy pleaded not guilty to the Hartford police charge. Handy was assigned a public defender by a Windsor Superior Court judge. In another Upper Valley police case, a charge of alleged officer assault against a White River Junction man who led police on a chase through 2 Vermont towns and 1 New Hampshire city has been dismissed, reports the Valley News. It remains to be seen, however, if any other charges will be issued by police against Jorge Burgos. As the car chase continued, Burgos was shot by police and recently was discharged from the hospital for wounds he suffered. This case remains under investigation. When YCN News returns, we'll learn the results from a recent New England College poll.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Erin McClory. Today is 1 month from Christmas, and a new poll by New England College says New Hampshire residents are feeling optimistic about the economy, but that doesn't mean they're going to go on a holiday shopping spree. The poll shows that 47.8% of respondents believe the U.S. economy will be better in 2015, compared to 34.3% who believe otherwise. 17.9% of people polled were unsure of how the economy will perform, or they had no opinion to offer on that question. NEC professor of political science Dr. Wayne Lesprince says a bit over half of poll respondees say they plan to spend less this holiday shopping season. Slightly over 25% of respondents, 27.5%, say they plan to spend the same as last year. Only a fraction over 20% of people polled say they plan to spend more money on holiday gifts. This New England College poll was conducted on November 20th and 21st, 2014, using an automated polling system known as interactive voice response technology. A total of 563 responses were obtained. In healthcare news, a Vermont nurse is being honored as the Vermont Medical Society's Citizen of the Year. Chief Nursing Officer Jill Lord of Mount Ascutney Hospital in Windsor is this year's recipient of the award that honors a non-physician resident of Vermont who has made significant contributions to health of Vermonters. Community health is her specialty. A nurse for over 35 years, Lord is now working with other healthcare providers to reduce opiate addiction in the state and, by extension, the region. 2 members of New Hampshire's congressional delegation say the next U.S. Secretary of Defense must be able to advise the president on the ongoing threat posed by ISIS. Republican Senator Kelly Ayotte says she did not support the nomination nearly 2 years ago for former Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel. Democrat Jeanne Shaheen says the next secretary must also deal with the needs of the U.S. soldiers. Hagel resigned his cabinet post yesterday. Vermont State Police seek the public's help in finding the person responsible for an attempted break-in at Rick's Tavern in Newfane. The tavern is located on Route 30 in this town outside of Brattleboro. The break-in was discovered today at 7:32 a.m. when a burglary alarm sounded. When police arrived, they found part of the door had been smashed. No one was able to get into the business, report the police. Anyone with information about this incident is encouraged to contact Sergeant Buckley at the Brattleboro Barracks at 802-254-2382 or call the State Police Crime Information Tip Line at 802-241-5355. This region could see its first snowflakes tomorrow, just in time for holiday driving. Vermont State Police encourage all motorists to leave extra time for driving and to make sure you've checked the car or truck to make sure it's ready to go. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch for Bennington and Windham counties and winter storm watches for all other areas of the state. Significant snowfall is possible in much of the state. For weather and other alerts direct to your cell phone or email box, sign up for a free Vermont Alert account at vtalert.gov. For road conditions, visit 511vt.com or call 511. 911 should be used for emergency situations only, not road conditions. When YCN News returns, we'll join Kearsarge Chronicles' Lynn Solomon, who spoke with David Ernster, Professor of Fine and Performing Arts at Colby Sawyer College.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Erin McClory. Let's join Matt McDonald for a look at weather and sports.
Thanks, Erin. Tonight we'll have mostly cloudy skies with a low around 31 degrees. On Wednesday, we may have snow showers around noon. 3 to 7 inches are predicted. Wednesday night, the snow may continue. Lows will be around 26 degrees. Thanksgiving Day weather may bring morning snow and highs will reach 32 degrees. Thursday night will be mostly cloudy with a low of 19 degrees. Here you can see some scattered snowstorms west of our region. And now let's take a look at our community calendar. Tomorrow there will be a Thanksgiving pie sale at Mascoma Savings Bank in Enfield from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. In West Lebanon there will be a public ice skating session at the Campion Rink from 11 to noon. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. Now it's time for an update from the Manchester Monarchs. Let's look at Saturday's game in Pennsylvania. The Monarchs achieved a 3-2 victory over the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Scoring began by the Monarchs' Michael Mersch when he scored during a power play in the first period. Almost a minute later, David Vander Gulik scored, making the score 2-0. Then soon after, the Penguins fought back and scored to cut the lead 2-1. The game was tied with another point by the Penguins, but the Monarchs regained the lead again. The Monarchs will host Bridgeport next on November 28th at 7 p.m. Be sure to check them out.
Thanks, Matt. When we return, we'll join Capital Connections' John O'Connor, who spoke with Laureen Merrill from the New Hampshire Department of Agriculture.
The YCN News continues in a moment.